This morning's Holly Willoughby and Phillip Schofield spark chaos with odd outbursts as they interrupt Chef James Martin, but viewers are convinced it's all a prank. Holly Willoughby and Phillip Schofield sparked mayhem on the set of This Morning on Monday, when a cooking segment descended into chaos, all by their doing. Host Holly, 40, kicked off the series of eyebrow-raising moments when she shared that she was bursting for a wee, before she and Phillip, 58, constantly chatted over Chef James Martin as he attempted to present his cooking segment. And while the normally polished pair's antics could have been received as them having a bad day, viewers took to Twitter in droves to share their view that their actions were all part of a prank coordinated by Ant and December. Just after midday, mother of three Holly segued into a new segment as she said, "First of all, it's competition time, which is great because I'm bursting for a wee." And as James, 48, later attempted to show viewers how to make choux buns, Phillip suddenly gushed to Holly, "I'm loving you today. You and me are best friends forever." With James doing his best to keep the show going in a more professional manner, the pair suddenly started laughing, with Holly saying to Phil, "You remember that?" Phil next made out that he had a cramp in his arm, prompting Holly to say, "You have a cramp? Salt, I'll walk it off and get some salt." Leaping from her chair on the socially distanced set, she then wandered from one end of the studio to the kitchen, before saying, "I can't find it. Can't find the salt." The pain soon somehow transferred from Phil's arm to his back, but Holly had bigger fish to fry, as she suddenly bellowed, "I'm hungry." While James' patience appearing to wear thin, Phil asked Holly, "Have I still got bay leaf in my teeth?" "No, you would have been able to taste it," responded a nonchalant Holly. As James began using a whisk, Holly then piped up, "I love the sound of that. It's a bit beatboxy. Beat the eggs with a beat." "Oh, that's a big whisk," she went on to exclaim, before adding, "I nearly said big bush, but I meant to say big whisk." As James added his choice of nuts to the recipe, Holly appeared eager to start a row as she said, "Can you choose other sorts of nuts? Don't tell me what to do. I think I can put other things on it, like chocolate." As James put the finishing touches to his recipe, Holly remarked, "I'm a bit discombobulated, when you get confused with all the ingredients." And once she tasted the recipe, a usually composed Holly said, "It tastes better than it looks. It looks lovely, but it tastes really good, is what I mean." Tucking into the sweet treat, Holly told James, "Don't mug me off," as she chowed down, later saying that she would take the cake with her in a bum bag. They then started complaining about a noise in the studio, with Phil saying, "It's like a high-pitched noise. We've been taken off the air, probably." When Holly asked again about the noise, a visibly exasperated James responded, "I've got the director in my ear." Unperturbed, Holly admired the completed recipe as she said, "It's amazing, isn't it? It's like a chicken or a goat situation." Things were no less chaotic on Loose Women, which immediately followed the broadcast of This Morning that afternoon. In the final 15 minutes of the lunchtime talk show, panelist Judy Love suddenly started screaming that there was a spider loose in the studio, prompting moderator Charlene White to assure her, "It's not there." Comedian Judy then proceeded to get out of her chair and walk around the studio mid-conversation, as Charlene reiterated that she shouldn't worry. However, the outbursts only ramped up from there, with Judy telling her co-hosts and the viewers at home, "I'm adjusting my wedgie, excuse me."